midnight philosopher, continued. Needless to say, the two, mummies were removed. Not to a museum, but to a police morgue. Wasn't that a frightening tale, Arachne? I thought so. Then how come they didn't react? Why don't you try another room on them? If you'll come this way, students, I'll be pleased to show you the Nathan Man room. Here we have relics from the dawn of man. Excuse me, Professor, but is this an example of Cro-Magnon man? No, that is a bust of Mr. Nathan Man. Never is a long time. Nathan Man was probably the ugliest man alive, but he was a man, and eventually a man needs a wife. I'm truly sorry, Mr. Man, but no woman will go out with you. I know you're a nice person, but... One look at my face, and they run for help. I understand, Mrs. Canby. Thank you. Mrs. Canby, none of these applicants are acceptable. I'll be with you in a moment, Miss King. Him, that's the man I want. You want to marry Mr. Man? You're too beautiful a woman. Want a man like me? You're what I want. I have my reasons. Surely you aren't going to refuse me? I won't refuse you. Be certain of that. The wedding was small, and it was kept out of the society pages, even though the lovely young bride was an heiress to a multi-million-dollar fortune. Little was said about the groom, except that he permitted no pictures to be taken. They honeymooned in Miami at the most expensive room in the most expensive hotel in the state. Are you happy, Nathan? I most certainly am, Diane. Good. Because now I want a divorce. I knew there'd be a catch. Would you like to tell me why? My late stepfather disapproved of my handsome boyfriends. He was a horror himself. Therefore, he willed me $8 million if I would marry the ugliest man alive. I'll give you $1 million for a divorce. I am wealthy myself. I have no desire to increase my fortune. You must give me a divorce. I could never love you. Well, never is a long time. Excuse me. I have to get some cigars downstairs. It's what I was afraid of, Wilson. He won't let me go. Prepare the house for the soon-to-be departed husband. The honeymoon in Miami was cut short by the gentle young bride who insisted that it be continued at her palatial home. Nathan agreed because, among other things, he was a patient man. You have a very fine home, my dear. It is even larger than my own house. Good afternoon, Wilson. Many congratulations to you both. I prepared some champagne to celebrate. No, thank you, Wilson. I'm allergic to champagne. His glass was poisoned, wasn't it? Of course, madame. Arsenic, just as you had instructed. Darling, I've had a workshop put in the basement for you. You told me how you like to build things. Building has always been in my blood. Let's go see your wedding present. Be careful of the... Nathan! He can't survive that fall. That's the first thing I'm going to have to fix. You're not hurt? Not at all, sweetheart. I know the proper way to fall. Now, let me look at these magnificent tools. Trat, trat, trat! Darling, why don't we have dinner on the balcony tonight? It's a warm evening with a full moon. That's a very good idea. That evening, on the roof above the two dining newlyweds, the madame said that exactly at midnight she would find an excuse to leave the balcony, and that's when I should drop the statue. It's nearly midnight. So long, Mr. Man. Did you call me, Wilson? Nathan, Wilson just fell from the roof. Yes, I know, Diane. I startled him. You were up on the roof. Don't act so surprised. I've had many wives try to murder me. Years ago, quite by accident, I drank a liquid that stopped my aging process. You see, darling, I do not merely look like a Neanderthal man. I am a Neanderthal man. I have given you that liquid. You too will live forever with me. I truly love you, Diane. Oh, no. Do you have any other surprises? Just one more. My folks will be living with us. Mother, father, meet my bride.